What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. I am still thrashing. It is Monday morning. Wednesday is basically D-Day. I have to be packed and ready to roll because we leave at like a ridiculous time on Thursday. And we are still not running. And that is par for the course, I guess, for what I do. And I don't know how I get myself into the situation. I really thought we had a handle on it this year, but we do not. I'll show you guys around. We got pretty far. I was out here till like, I don't know, later last night, and I just got tired. And of all things, I got fluids in. I got to top the transmission fluid out, but I got enough fluid in it that we could have built oil pressure and started the thing. The fuel lines, like I said, have been sitting open, so I cleaned the fuel tank out, cleaned the fuel lines so we didn't pump bad fuel into the deal. Like, I did all my due diligence. I go to hit the starter button and it doesn't work, and then some cables are getting hot, and then I realized the fans, when I tightened, because the fan wires go directly to the starter, and when I tightened the main starter lug, it pushed it over and it was touching the starter solenoid start wire, which is weird because I don't know, that should have made the starter run, I would imagine, but it didn't. It just heated the wires up for whatever reason. Then the starter solenoid got hot, and then that starter was like dead, right? Put another starter in, and then as soon as we put the power to the car, it started trying to start the car. So that was where I left off yesterday, was me laying underneath it, telling the wife to turn the power on so I could make sure the wires weren't touching, and then the starter engaging while I was at my face right next to the flex plate. And at that point I was tired, and I'm like, man, this is just getting dumb. Like, it shouldn't do that. I really don't want my face chewed off by a flex plate and starter motor, so I just threw in the towel. So we got to diagnose that today. But I'll show you guys around. We're getting close. We got to zip and button things down, but I got to a point where I figured we could throw some makeshift tune in it and see if it would make noise, and I didn't get that far. So hopefully today we can see what she does. So here it is. All the stuff and things are in. Got the belt, got the new pulley setup. Fill came through. I don't have water in here yet, so I'm hoping this thing doesn't leak, but it looks fantastic, and it works out. It gives me way more room, so I feel good about life with that now. All of the stuff and more things are there. We got the CAN IO installed. I had to have my buddy Joe help me with the pins on that because I don't have the crimper. So this should be transmission pressure if I can get that thing. That didn't line up either, so I don't know, maybe I have to just configure it. And then I also learned that there's a number on the back of this, so we'll have to put all that stuff in the tune, but figure it needs to run before we do all that. So here's my wires. None of this is zipped down, but it's there. Got both my screens there, trans brake, all this fun stuff. My main wire, all my stuff that goes to the back is in here. It's not buttoned down again. And then we got to zip all these guys down, but all this is in. And then I call this my flex box, but Happel made this for me. And we'll put this on the IO module, but for now, it was easy to wire that in. So yeah, all my main wires, all my stuff are here. And then this was the pump wiring that I made here. I made a little sub harness for that guy. And then in hindsight, I realized I'm kind of a moron because I have an ARC panel that has a relay and a fuse right there. So I could have just ran one long ass wire all the way to that pump. So as soon as I finished that sub harness with the relay and everything, I was like, it's got a relay, fuse, all the stuff back here. So it's whatever, Dane. So we got fuel in it. We've got oil. We'll double check, we'll pull the oil dipstick out or whatever. But I took this guy loose yesterday. We'll pull it back through and test it. So this is the wire that goes to my starter solenoid. And then I had a backup starter, so that's what's actually in there. So let me diagnose this. It goes to the ARC panel, which I have here. And then the nice thing about this, makes it super easy, is the panel's up there. That controls this. This puts out the signal, right? So basically it could be a relay is bad. It could be the starter button thing is engaged, but I have extra. So I have ones that aren't used. So hopefully it's just an easy fix. We got to change the location of the start button, or maybe the relay's bad. So let me get it to crank over, and if we can do that, we'll crank it, and if it makes oil pressure, I'll bring it back before it pops, and then we can all listen to it together and either cheer or cry. These are the types of mistakes you make when you're doing this kind of thing under pressure. I just wired the reverse and neutral safety wrong. So I thought that these went parallel or like up and down versus side to side, and they're stacked, right? So this plug and this plug are one, this plug and this plug are one. I had them. So your 12 volts for reverse is always live, right? So that was basically always feeding the starter. So that's why when you turn the car on, it wanted to rock and roll. Whew. Okay, hopefully no more dumb mistakes. We'll fix that. I checked the button wiring, relay, all the other stuff, it all checked out. And then I was like, what? Well, yeah. And it's a one-wire connection, so it's really not that hard. Oh man, I hope we're gonna have a better track record than this, because I can't make mistakes like that, man. Okay, I just went with the manual gauge, and we cranked and cranked and cranked. I got my lovely assistant. So we got it up to oil pressure. So we'll button it up, and then we'll hit the key together. Cross your fingers, boys.
Whew. A little nervous.
Oh, I'm nervous too. You're standing by the exhaust, by the way.
I'm moving. Okay.
Huh?
Good. Afraid of the car gods.
Right or wrong? Alright, your job is to look for leaks.
Look for leaks.
What is it?
We're at 50. We're at 50.
Alright.
Let's do it.
Oh, you know what?
Oh.
We'll set the, we'll do a TPS set real quick. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, come on, boom! It makes noise. I don't know what that sound is.
She's a little ticky.
I don't know if the starter is hanging up or something.
What's that? Drip though.
I don't know.
Oh, it's coming right there from that. Right there.
All right, we made noise. We got a bit of a fuel leak. I'm gonna tighten that up hopefully. So we will keep on rolling. It sounded all right. It didn't sound like it was struggling or doing anything too bad. I don't have any like real tune in it or whatever. I want to bring you guys along for that. Thank you for following along. I'm gonna get back after it. We do have a runner. I'll let you know when it makes all the pressures and all the other things, but oil's great. It was making plenty of oil pressure. Man, I'm nervous. I was hoping that thing would start. It was making me work for it, huh? Woo. All right.
All right.
working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, nah, likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running right, see.